Welcome to my Balloon Twisting for Beginners series, where I teach you how to twist balloons like a pro. Hi, I'm Melanie from Balloon Artworks in Derbyshire in the UK. In this first twisting lesson, I'm going to show you how to inflate the balloons using a hand pump, and I'm going to show you how to tie the balloons really easily, and I'm going to show you how to make a pirate sword. For our first few lessons, we're going to be using the long, thin modelling balloons. This one is called a 260, okay? And it's called a 260 because when it is fully inflated, it is approximately 2 inches in diameter. And when fully inflated right to the very tip, it is approximately 60 inches long. So that's why we have the name 260. So we're going to be using 260s for the next few lessons. It's really important that you have good quality balloons. So if you have bought a balloon modelling kit, a balloon twisting kit, you may struggle a little bit because those kits tend not to use particularly good quality balloons. It depends which kit you've got, but if you use your balloons and they start to pop and you're getting a lot of poppage, it may be because the balloons aren't particularly good quality in the kit that you've got. So I recommend that you buy a mixed bag of 260s. And these are the two brands that I use. These are the two brands that are the most easily available, the most readily available here in the UK. And that's Qualitex. That is a brand that is available worldwide. And I really do like the Qualitex twisting balloons. Sempertex is another very good brand that's also available here in the UK. Elsewhere you have Metallic. We can't get those here in the UK, but I know that is a good brand that other balloon artists recommend elsewhere in the world. So make sure you invest in a good quality brand of balloons, and I do recommend that you get a mixed bag. If this is your first try balloon twisting, make sure you get a mixed bag of colours. You're also going to need a balloon pump. It is really important that we use a balloon pump to inflate our balloons. So we never put the balloons in our mouth, we never try to mouth inflate, we always use a hand pump or an electric pump. But when we start out, I recommend a hand pump. Take your hand pump and put your 260 on the top of your hand pump, okay? And then inflate the balloon all the way. So you need to keep an eye on the tip, and when you get to the end, stop. Okay? So if you overinflate the balloon will pop. Okay, now as we go along, I'm going to explain why certain things happen and why we do things certain ways. When I first started twisting, I found that a lot of the tutors on the videos would explain what to do. They didn't necessarily explain why to do it. So as we go through this series, I'm going to try to explain why we do things. Okay, now this balloon, as we've inflated it, I don't know whether you can see, but you will see that this part of the balloon, the beginning part, is a little bit wider than this part, and that is because it has stretched more here as we've inflated it. So if we start to work with this balloon straight away, there's a good chance that it will pop because it's under a lot of tension here. So we need to just let a little bit of air out. So all I do is I just let the air out just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, okay? Until I can feel this part here softening, okay? So some instructors call that burping the balloon. I'm going to show you close up how to tie this balloon. So make sure you've got a good bit of stretchy balloon here, and I put that neck in between these two fingers. Okay, trap the neck there, and then pull the neck over the top of your thumb, bring it underneath the balloon so it appears here, and then hold on to that nozzle and just pull it through, and that has tied the balloon. It's really important to have a good tying technique. And when I first started balloon twisting, I used to tie the balloons a different way. I now can't remember how I used to do it, but I had a different technique, and I found that my fingers were getting quite sore. The more balloons that I was twisting, the worse my fingers became. And I find that with this new technique that I use, which I've now been using for a number of years, I don't get that soreness in the fingers. So practice tying, and make sure that you tie the balloons the same way whenever you tie off, and soon you'll be doing it without thinking, just become automatic. Okay, so this is what our balloon should look like at the moment. It should be rounded at the end, so it's fully inflated. So this is our 260, 2 inches in diameter, approximately 60 inches long. So we start from the nozzle end of the balloon, and just curve your balloon over and hold on to the knot and nozzle and the top of the balloon. So we've just got this loop, and this twist, a lot of twisters call it a loop twist or a flower petal twist. So you will find as you start to learn about the balloons that we do call things slightly different names depending on who you're watching. And what we need to do is just hold on to this here, take hold of this side of the balloon, grip the top here and twist. Just twist them together like that and turn that a few times, okay? I'm still holding on to the knot and nozzle, which I get hold of, and I pass it through the loop, okay? So you can see that that knot is now on this side, and that is because if I now shake this loop, it's going to be quite difficult for that to come undone, okay? So that's a good habit to get into. Okay, now take the end of your balloon, the rounded end, and just pass that through the centre of that loop. Pull it down a little way. So there you have your pirate sword, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you're not going to miss my next lesson for beginners, which will come out very soon. And I'll see you again in the next lesson.